Good morning and welcome into Thursday the 13th of October 2022. I am Spirit of Life Alchemy and this is your morning message tarot reading. So we've got some astrology. The moon starts off today in Taurus before moving into Gemini, where it will sextile Jupiter and trine Mercury after their opposition yesterday. So it's reigniting that energy. And then also Venus is going to quincunx Uranus. So we're moving up into our mind, into creative ideas and big dreams and things like that. There could be shocks and surprises around relationships. We need to sort of think about and contemplate those. So that's today's astrology. Let's do some cards and see what the energies are for today. We've got the Wisdom of the Oracle. And then we've got the Wild Unknown Tarot as well that I'm going to use today. So what do we need to know for today? Thursday the 13th of October 2022. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support, guidance, what hope can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What do we need to know? Put that out there. It's not for you. Whatever it is that's not for you, you need to connect to your higher powers, your higher self, connect to Spirit. Exchanging gifts. If Spirit's taking something away, it's preparing to give you something much better. So while you're waiting, take a nap and stop worrying about things. This is a real sense of divine timing about it. I'm just noticing the colours. The pink across all three of them is the one thing. And then this goldy brownie, we've got a hint of it in the top here. And the fortune cookie is the same colour. So they've got this a continuation of colours and things across what's going on. Just chill, just relax. It's all going to evolve in its own sweet time and there's nothing we can do about it. No panicking, no worrying, no fretting. Just relax. Go off and do something else for a while and come back later when the divine timing kicks in. Let's see what the tarot has to say. So this is the Wild Unknown Tarot. So what do we need to know for today? Thursday the 13th of October 2022. Messages from Spirit, please, for the collective. What help, advice, support and guidance can Spirit give the collective to help us navigate today's energies for our highest and greatest good? What hope? That seems to be drifting away. Now I've mentioned it and brought it into the intention, it's drifting away. So maybe we don't need hope anymore. Maybe we've got all the help and hope we need. Okay, so what do we need to know for our highest and greatest good? Okay. The Tower. Haven't seen the Tower for a few days. With the Daughter of Cups or the Page of Cups. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. We've got Death. And we've got the Hermit. 5 of Cups. The Hanged Man. That's the Daughter of Swords. This one wanted to come out, so the 9 of Wands, and then at the bottom we've got the Eight of Swords, the Three of Cups, Father of Cups, and the Four of Wands, and the Six of Wands. Oh, and the Ace of Pentacles. Okay. And the Father of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. Okay, so going through this, this could be the Venus quincunx Uranus. Sudden shocks and surprises, chaos, but ultimately liberation and breakthrough and liberation. Okay. So Tower. So yeah, something is falling away, something is burning down. We've outgrown something. An old story, an old paradigm is falling away. We can't hold on to it anymore. As much as we'd like to, this is stepping outside of your comfort zone stuff. Okay. With the Daughter of Cups or the Page of Cups, this is about apologies, reconciliation, forgiveness, whether we're forgiving ourselves or forgiving other people. The thing that, the message that just popped into my head was the story of the ugly duckling that became the beautiful swan. Okay, so, you know, transforming the ugliness into something of beauty. That takes its own time. And we've got other messages here of that sort of support that as well, which I'll come to as I'm going through the cards. But yeah, growing, evolving, transforming, especially because we've got the Death card up here as well, transformation. Hermit going into ourselves, and the Hanged Man up there. So yeah, we're being transformed from an ugly duckling into a beautiful swan. Okay. And we're being asked to trust and stability in this transformation. Know that we're on solid ground with it, which is a strange message to be coming through for the Ten of Pentacles, but that's the message that I'm getting. We've got firm foundations here. We just have to trust. Okay. So, and that we're building something concrete, something stable, structurally strong, that we can grow, blossom and bloom in. Okay. But first we have to go through the transformation. Okay. And we do that by going into ourselves. Okay, the Hermit. Okay, we find that light within. Okay, if we listen to the outside world telling us we was an ugly duckling, if I'm remembering the story right, that sort of the thing about the ugly duckling was all the other little ducklings were telling it was an ugly duckling, and it believed them. And then it transformed into the beauty. It wasn't a duck at all, it was a swan, and it transformed into this beautiful, elegant swan. Something is, that's the bigger story here. Okay, and we have to go into ourselves and transform for that to happen. Up here, we've got the Five of Cups. So we could be feeling pretty down and pretty disappointed, or there could be regret, or negative emotions like that around what we're going through. We're going through a grieving process. Old structures, old beliefs, old stories falling away. Suddenly we find ourselves in a very vulnerable position, very unstable, and when we need time to grieve that change coming through. But also at the same time, we need to look at things from a different perspective. So this is about sort of, rather than seeing the collapse, rather than believing we're an ugly duckling, and that everything's falling to bits, it's about sort of the possibility that, what if I really am evolving into a beautiful swan? What if it really is going to all be fine and I'm on very firm foundations and creating something wonderful in the world? What if? Okay. And then we've got more of that. We've got the Daughter of Swords, the owl, sat here on the sword. And I've said this before about this Daughter of Swords, this Page of Swords, that behind it is the darkness, the void, the in-between place, the ambiguous place, the place you sit when the old structures are falling away, the old life's falling away, and the new hasn't quite birthed itself yet, and you don't know how it's going to go or where it's going to go. And it's like there's nothing solid to hold on to you in the darkness. But in this card, in that darkness, you can see these little rainbow little orbs or balls or, you know, whatever. These are like just little gems of potential just there waiting to be birthed out of the void, out of the darkness. Okay, and just that trust of being able to sit in your vulnerability during this phase. And then the card that really wanted to come out is the Nine of Wands. You know, we're climbing out of this dark place towards the light, towards the moon. And yeah, it's coming out of this vulnerability. And I've talked about sort of the Nine of Wands and about having this flow and flux with the world around us. So we're not being overpowered by the strength of the outer world, that we collapse, and we're not being a bull in a china shop and trying to force our way through life and break everything. Okay, it's this beautiful dance together in the energies. Okay, and then the story at the bottom. Okay, surprise, yes, they've only had one card come out, the victory card. We have the victory card come out again today. We've got a bit more of a story around it. Okay, so the Eight of Swords. We are the chrysalis. And I've been hearing lots of stories. I've heard it loads of times just recently, about the caterpillar, what happens to the caterpillar to become the butterfly, what happens in the chrysalis. So, you know, it doesn't just transform and grow wings and things like that. Apparently, it dissolves into some sort of goo, and then out of the goo, out of the messiness, comes the butterfly. And also coming out of the chrysalis as well. It's not easy, you know. I've talked about this before. The baby bird breaking through the eggshell and coming out and being and birthing out of the eggshell. The butterfly birthing out of the chrysalis. You know, there's a struggle involved in this. You know, there's old structures falling away, and the old self has to die and be reborn. And the Hanged Man at the back, it also reminds me of a chrysalis, looking at things from a different perspective. So this is about a death and birth and rebirth transformation. We've got the Three of Wands, the healing of the old heart wounds. Okay, the Venus, quincunx, Uranus, that breaking open the heart walls, feeling vulnerable and uncertain, and what am I going to do? It's all very scary, and seeing the shadows and the wounds there, but coming to an emotionally balanced place with it. And here we have the swan, the king or the father of cups, of the beautiful black swan here. Balanced, emotionally balanced, and sort of gliding across the surface of the water we all know about swans, and they gliding across the surface of the water, but underneath the surface their little legs and their little feet are just going like the clappers, holding it together, but on the surface of things they're gliding through. I also like the idea that sort of it's a black swan, and about that, for me, this is really talking about integrating that shadow side. You know, sort of, we're never going to be pure white again. You know, experience on the 3D planet, and how we've been and what we've done and who we've been to, you know, evolve into who we are now. I know for myself, I wouldn't change anything I've ever done or anything I've ever been, because if I did, I wouldn't be the person I am now. And I actually really like who I am now. I like who I have been in the past as well. But yeah, that integration of the dark and the light, and yeah, the black swan for the Father of Cups is really summing that up for me today. And then we come through to the Four of Wands, passing through the 1111 portal. We come through the transformation. We go through into another paradigm, to the Six of Wands, victory, and the butterfly at the top. We will be emerging out of this chrysalis, and we will become the butterfly, and we will spread our wings. Okay, and that leads us to the Ace of Pentacles. New opportunities, new beginnings in life, start of new things, creating new things in 3D. With the King of Wands, with his rainbow antlers and the pentacle between them. This is like coming full circle from yesterday. We talked about the dreaming big, and birthing that ideas. We've got the start of the grand air trines happening. Mercury is now in Libra along with the Sun and Venus. So these three benevolent planets are there in the air signs, ready to start this set of three grand air trines. So yeah, it's like sort of the full journey, and it's offering us stability and wealth and wonderment. You know, to have the Ace, the 10 and the King of Pentacles all come out in a reading like this that just talks of transformation. It feels really reassuring that what we're going through is going to create something very solid here in the world. And coming back to the not for you, as I was talking through that, I just got an insight that sort of the not for you is about how you are now. We're not, you know, we're not meant to end up where we are now. We're meant to go through this transformation, connecting to our higher powers, connecting to spirit, exchanging gifts and energies, and growing and developing. And the best way to get through that chrysalis stage, maybe, you know, stop trying to fight it. Let yourself dissolve into a goo, and be created anew in that transition, in that sort of in the cocoon. And if you notice on here, the fox has still got one eye open, looking out on things, keeping a watch on what is going on. But yeah, stop trying to control things. Let it fall away. Be happy to be the ugly duckling, knowing that you're transforming into the beautiful swan, and just go through the transformation. What an amazing reading. Oh my God, I'm really excited about this. Transform me. So yeah, it feels like a really lovely reading. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, please do like, share and subscribe to the channel. Click on the wiggly bell, etc. If you'd like a personal reading, email me at the email address below this video in the descriptions box. Have a wonderful day, and until tomorrow, thank you for watching. And here we go with this.